Set up this way. God damn it. Alright. There we go.
Because I wanted to put him down a little bit.
Right, let's see.
With that example, on the streets, doesn't it work does it still work? Can you be almost a flood without going and the same thing? Or does it have to be you know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave the biggest kind of stuff. Right? Yeah, so let's just say it was, so let's just say it was yeah. Great. I know that you're the not me. It was like, because I wanted to put him down a little bit, basically, right? And with that example, on the streets, doesn't it work does it still work? Can you be almost a flood without going and the same thing? Or does it have to be you know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave the biggest kind of stuff. Right? Yeah. So let's just say it was, so let's just say it was yeah. Great. I know that you're the not me. It was like, because I wanted to put him down a little bit, basically, right? And with that example, on the streets, doesn't it work does it still work? Can you be almost a flood without going and the same thing? Or does it have to be you know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal.
Somehow set this way. So in case if someone ever decides to join in, alright.
Yeah, so let's just...
Why the hell is this world working? Okay, that's not okay. Alright, turn that off then, I guess. Alright.
I know that you're not me. Because I
Alright, first time playing Stanley Parable. Let's see how the hell this is going to go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What if he just refused to get out of the office and just stayed there? No, my office.
I would just wait a little longer. Providing partitions for 56 years. You can't. I wasn't even pressing space, but alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh yeah, it's Saturday.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
Through
co-workers.
the company.
Imagine that was actually the case, that it was a Saturday and Stanley didn't even know.
Yeah, he just forgot. He's just a
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
So you could go
Feeling
through
a
the
wave
right
of
door.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
A pie chart for the number of slides, charts and slides.
Stanley stepped into the broom
Yo,
closet, but there was
wrenched
nothing
from
here,
TF2
so he
but
turned
remade in
around and
Unreal
got
because
back
they
on
didn't do it
track.
in Source.
Yeah.
Or was it Unity? I don't remember.
Well, if like you just
Coming
stayed
to
in
a
the
staircase,
closet.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hello, strange man.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
the
he's
executive.
definitely not going insane.
It's the executive bathroom, so of course he can graffiti his own bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Bush.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
How about no?
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
It's an escape, though.
The door behind him was not
technically an
shut.
escape.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Huh, I'm not dead.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Just
Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I was expecting death. What? I wasn't.
She was narrating for the She was narrating for the narrator.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Just to see if you're on, that's all.
And this is a story of how Stanley had an existential crisis and broke down. Oh, you unlocked the true ending of the game. Cool.
Really? That's the true... Really? I somehow went for the true ending. For the first time playing, I somehow... Amazing.
I don't know. I assume it's the true ending. Wait, Warzone, hang on.
Nope, spoilers. Nope.
Warsaw, city at war, voices from underground, whispers of freedom, 1944, the never hit. Yeah, what the hell is this game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Shut up, fucking David Attenborough. Anyways, what is this game about?
Choices, I guess. I don't know.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Is this going to be like how,
truly a room worth admiring.
fucking...
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Cold War,
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What?
Is this gonna be like Cold War, where it's like, hey,
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
then you
first
do the
open
opposite
door on
thing.
his left.
Alright, Dio, take the door.
do the opposite thing. Keep continuing, keep continuing.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Stanley died.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I like this game. This again. It really reminds me of the whole Cold
All
War.
of
It's
his
like,
co-workers
okay,
were gone.
Adler
What could it
tells you
mean?
one thing and do the
Stanley
exact
decided to go to
opposite.
the
Yeah,
meeting
that
room.
one,
Perhaps he had
bit.
simply missed a memo.
Do not trust Adler. He is
420.
lying to you.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Okay, this
Stanley
time
knew
we're
it
gonna
perfectly well.
do-
Perhaps he
Don't
wanted to
admire the
stop
room,
by
just,
the
like,
employee
straight go
lounge
through.
first, just to admire it.
We're gonna look at the employee room and then we're gonna
Yes,
get back on track.
this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Left.
Well.
No!
Epic Gamer threats.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
feel like
5
the
No,
years
don't
ago.
tell.
now.
Like, listen to it, he's gonna talk.
Look,
Damn it,
Stanley,
I've
I think
become
perhaps
an
we've gotten
innovator.
off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This
No,
is it,
his wife.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
It's been so
That's
long
her,
since
Stanley.
I've last seen my
You
son.
need to be the one to
See
do
this
this,
month.
to reach
Been
out to
behind
her.
the slaughter.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Do it.
Do it.
The phone! Mike, pick up the phone. Mike, pick up the phone.
Thanks for the flashbang game.
Lights off, right?
Oh, hello.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Bitch.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Yo, it sounds like
Just
fucking the
refuse to
Zinniac from
proceed.
Scenes for the Fourth.
The fool.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Don't.
I think you don't, doesn't give you any other options.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. and down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions,
trademark.
and down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable.
Tell your kids story. What kid?
It was such a
Just a
wonderful
friend.
fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is
Yes,
no
tell
answer.
the man to get a-
How could there
where's that?
possibly be? In
Never
reality, all
existed.
he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, don't press the button. Just wait. So how long do you think it's gonna be?
I mean, there's this funny button called escape.
Control. Control Alt
Alt
Delete.
S4.
Wait, no. Oh yeah. Alt F4. Alt F4.
Doesn't the game remember what you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were
I
gone.
bet you did that right
What
when
could
you
it
put up the
mean?
brick wall and said, "This is
Stanley
my
decided to
story."
go to the
I just
meeting
went,
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
No,
memo.
fuck it. Just listen to what the thing tells you.
Yeah.
Like, go left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left.
Gamer.
This was not the
Fuck you.
correct
No.
way to the
Wait,
meeting
no,
room,
no,
and Stanley knew it
no.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
Okay,
employee
fine. Go
lounge
through the
first,
employees
just
lounge
to admire
and then
it.
go to correct path, please. You want to see the correct
The lounge
path
was
route.
sublime.
That was-
a work
I
of
did
art.
the correct
But
path
eager
route
to get
the
back to
first time,
business,
I think.
Stanley took the
No,
first
you
open
didn't
door
go
on
to
his
the
left.
the mind control room.
Oh yeah,
remember?
true.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Wait, I was supposed to go through the door?
Yes,
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get
You
even
always in
further
FNAF,
off track.
sister
So now,
location.
in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No,
There you go.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all.
Oh,
We're
is it
not supposed to
Portal?
be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding?
104's been fired.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story
Uh,
completely
601
unusable.
seems fired.
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Yeah, go left. I actually
All
want
of
to
his
see what happens.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Go left, because it probably gives you another option to do something.
When Stanley...
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Go to that
far
one.
right.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Corner. Go to the one in the corner.
What? Okay. Damn. Alright.
Corner. See where that one brings you.
Become the scout from Doom Fortress 2.
He's been sent to the back rooms.
The Stanley Parable backrooms.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Okay, no,
Do we
that's
just-
just a circle.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
And we're back here
Okay,
again.
let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Watch, it's gonna be like no door or something.
Go back.
Okay, yep,
Never mind.
it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, there was something back there I seen. Yeah. There's something there. I guess nothing.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Oh.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the hell?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Oh, it's my
Is
house.
this the story? I don't think so.
Why are you in my
I
house?
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of
just like
hard
the
work,
fucking
and it
finale.
really
Yeah,
paid
you
off,
just
so
freaking-
good job. Oh, no.
Then you just hear a
No,
gunshot.
I don't
that's
feel
suddenly
right about
ring
this
out.
at all. We both
Yeah.
know you didn't
Oh,
put
wait,
in
the
any
war
actual
zone.
work
This
for
would
that
be-
win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I don't know why you were in my house.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see,
All right, now go
the
off.
line
Please
knows
choose
where
again.
the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation
Okay,
of the
did the
nature
yellow
of
line
life
have a
itself?
stroke in here?
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Really?
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Copyright. Failing play at time now.
At time when everything is happening. No, go off the line. There's an opportunity back there. Turn around, 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 turn
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay,
Make sure
remember
you
it.
study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Don't follow the line this time.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the
Okay,
correct
go to the
one.
door on the right then.
Another victory for logic.
Well, what
Come,
about left?
Stanley, our destiny
Go right.
awaits.
Right.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
I will.
Just
Wait,
do everything
Stanley
he tells
thought to
you.
himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Something telling me you shouldn't have restarted. Wait. No. Yeah. Was there something different in that room? Oh well. Go check later.
Oh, which room? Here?
Yes, we'll check later.
I feel like I'm going insane.
That's the point of the game.
Yeah, that's probably the point of Stanley Parable in general, to be honest.
Just like
When Stanley came
So
to a
many
set of
different
two open
endings, but all of
doors,
them
he
are
entered the door on
meaningless.
his left.
What even is a door?
Yet there was not a single person here
Thanks for
either.
getting fired.
Feeling a wave
not
of
getting
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Don't get
hoping he
fired.
might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Up. Go up.
Also, I wonder if anything changed in the toilet. Nope, nothing has changed.
Wait, no, the text changed.
No,
You got
the
to
text
feeling
has
monies
been
for
like that.
stealing, but not yours, of course. So no, before it like was completely different.
No, I didn't play the game, so I don't fucking know.
No. I distinctly remember it being different than that. This is a completely different little song thing.
Yeah, get to your boss's office.
Before it was like money in the morning, money in the afternoon, money in the evening, but now it's like about stealing money.
Ooh, an elevator.
Don't
It's totally different.
go to your
It's
boss's
different.
office. Go to the office. Go to the office. Go
We
to the
found something
office.
different.
Alright, fine,
Why
we'll
don't
take the
you
elevator
believe
next
me?
round.
Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Ooh, that is actually calming. Interesting.
I'll fire whatever.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
He is playing the Fallout.
Fallout 4, 76 edition.
Never mind, he's playing Master
Stanley
Chief
walked straight
now.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Yes,
Facility.
Yes. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
It's
did
like a
this
scene from
place
Portal.
hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Apparently, he didn't. He died instantly.
He shot himself.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of
234
an
seems to be
employee in the
corrupted.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, yeah, up there. To the
Hey, look,
left.
employee 427.
Maze with no exit, a labyrinth with no prize. I don't even realize I am trapped.
No, it's you don't even realize you were trapped. You absolute buffoon.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Wait,
was
there's
this
a
the
gap
only
there. He
reason
threw
he was
himself
happy
off.
with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept
on the
it
edge
No,
of
blindly?
invisible wall.
Damn it.
No. He refused to believe it.
Someone
He
can throw
couldn't
himself into
accept
the
it.
abyss.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Off.
What if you had turned them on? Wait, that came out. What if you had turned? What if you had
Blackness
hit the on?
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's still opening.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
No,
liberation,
I'm not moving the camera right
the
now.
immense possibility of the new path before
I know,
him.
it's way too smooth for
This
a
was
show.
exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Next thing you know, we hear a Minecraft anvil effect.
Good bullet. Just a sniper shot ringing out.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or
Back
a
to your
photo?
office.
He could no longer recall.
Doors closed.
Oh.
Yeah, the door closed. Oh,
No matter
the
how hard
monitors
Stanley
aren't
looked,
working.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Coffee.
Wait. Hold on.
When-
Thing is, I was like, in the, if I remember in the older one, you could enable cheats and it would cause thing, but I guess they don't have that thing here.
don't know.
Yeah, that was an ending. The more we play this game, the more and more I like it less
When
and
Stanley
less.
came to a
just 'cause
set
it
of
makes me
two
feel like I'm
open
going
doors, he
insane.
entered the door on his left.
Well, they
Go
said
take
they
the
added-
elevator.
Yeah, they said
Yet
they
there was
added
not
new
a single
more
person here
rules.
either.
No
Feeling a
more
wave
rules.
of disbelief, Stanley decided
Well,
to
we
go
can either
up to his
do the
bosses
elevator in the
coming to a
boss room,
staircase.
or we can go
Stanley
down.
walked
Elevator.
upstairs to his
Elevator.
boss's office.
You could also turn the mind control machine on instead of off.
The thing is, I was like, we also don't know what's new and what's old.
Cool.
What?
Murder.
What's the panda doing?
It's being
Being
shot.
threatened by a gun. That's what's going on with the panda.
Oh, okay. And that's how
Yo.
Stanley ended up.
God damn it, it's this music.
Fun fact, if you press both the up and down buttons at once on an elevator like this, you will instantly teleport into the back rooms.
Man, this is a long elevator.
Like Undertale, a long elevator.
But that elevator didn't even have music.
No,
we did have
the
music,
fucking
but the music
noise it
just-
makes is counts as a song on the soundtrack.
You can hear
Like,
the
honestly,
narrator
it'd
singing in
just
the
be faster
background.
just walk.
Do you want to do like what the Hearts Fire
Just
later?
walk up. Oh, yeah,
Probably.
I need to learn how to actually exist again. I mean, how to continue existing in that game. Because as you saw last game, that's not something I am currently very good at. Finally! Yes!
No, we're back here. Hold on.
Oh,
Damn it. Alright, well.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Is there another? Yeah, this way.
It's gonna leave. Actually, okay, then we get to the thing where we can press the on button. Yes.
Is there another direction before the mind
Stanley
control
walks straight
facility?
ahead
Yeah,
through the
but we
large
already
Yeah,
door
other
of
way.
the red
Yeah, that's
mind
the true
control
ending way, though.
facility.
Ah,
According to Seaweed over here.
huh?
The lights rose on an
Oh, yeah,
enormous
do
room
the
packed
on
with
button
television screens.
Become
What horrible
the new
secret did this
dictator.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Become Adolf Hitler.
I just want to press the off button again.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away.
Hit
to
the
your
3
death.
button.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
Red one,
moment
red
that you're
one.
powerless.
Where is
To
our red
see you
one?
made
That's the
humble.
question.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Just hit the red
You wanted
button
to
and then-
control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the
What's
same
that in
to
the
me,
middle?
all a part of the joke. And believe me,
there's a
I will be
center
laughing at
area.
every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Amazing work, Spider-Man.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Do it again. But this time, we do it right.
I don't think there's a right path for that.
There
When
is.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not
Wait,
the correct way to the
whoops,
meeting
wrong
room,
way.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Hey,
just
I'll
to
look up a
admire
walkthrough.
it.
Yes,
Standing now in this incredible room,
Well,
Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
I
his
mean,
left.
if they want to say they have so
Here's
much
door.
control
And so
Take
he
it straight ahead.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the
Press
opposite door,
will show
and
them.
got back on
But
track.
Why am I getting angry over this? They're not
Yet
even.
there was not a
This is
single
literally
person
just
here either.
Pre-recorded
Feeling a
voiceovers.
wave
What?
of disbelief,
It
Stanley
recently
decided to
came
go
out,
up
like,
to his
a day or
boss's
two
office.
ago.
Hoping
Oh,
he'd come
found it.
into a staircase, Stanley
video.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
I think that we're in
None
a
of it
loop
made
now.
any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
No.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
You
His
already know
co-workers
what
weren't
you did.
actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
There's
He
gates.
thought to
Go
himself,
back.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing
swear
buttons.
those were open a second
I may
ago.
as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must
get this
be.
in,
Can anyone hear
bunch
my
of
voice?
stereotypes for acting these two. It's like, why do people struggle to get up?
And everything went black.
Like, I'm a heavy sleeper, but an easy solution to wake up for me is to punch myself.
This is the story of a woman
I'm
named
not joking.
Mariella.
It's like, oh, register pain. Get
Mariella
the fuck
woke up on a day
now,
like any
bitch.
other.
Stop.
She arose,
Whatever you're doing,
got dressed,
wake up.
gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who
Why
had
does this
stumbled
look like
through
a dream
town
on
talking
animation?
and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Any hearts fired?
I think there's still a lot more to do in this game, because if I go to
Please stop playing this game.
Sure, this seems so uninteresting, but I've had dreams that make a bit more sense and kind of more fun.
I don't like this game anymore.
I like the game, but it's just, once in a while, it uses the same concept, and sure that it's building upon, but I don't find that interesting.
I don't know. It makes me it makes me feel
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
You're gonna make me get my auto clicker out, aren't you?
Let's stop molesting a door, man, and let's play some Hearts of Iron or something.
Yes, please play Hearts of Iron. Anything but this game.
I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Oh, 417, you say?
Is that up ahead?
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
That works.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415, remember that.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine. Where copy
Where's this photocopier?
Yes, where is it?
Definitely not up ahead. No, not there.
Please.
Don't think it's in this room. I think it's in the first one.
Ah, here it is.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Rope jump?
There, you can't jump.
Look on the desk, maybe? No.
You have to use the chair.
How?
Maybe use that box.
I am.
Man.
Yes!
There
this
it
is
is.
great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416, eh?
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door, 4, 3, yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
And then
I swear to God, you actually got an achievement.
I did actually.
Incredible.
Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including load times.
Can we please play something else?
Play Stanley Parable on an entire Tuesday. Quit the game, start it back up, and then. Alright. Quit the menu. Quit the desktop. And then open the Stanley Parable up again.
Oh. I'm gonna go make a coffee at this rate.
Right.
I'll be back. Maybe.
This is the...
And that will be it for this stream.